Hello, hello. So today I'm going to be doing a haul video. This has been a pretty busy book shopping week for me. I went to the public library sale and I got these two huge bags yesterday. And then like 2 weeks before that, I got these. So I'm going to talk a little bit about each thing I got. I went ahead and got this Love Warrior and Carry On Warrior books. These were awesome. I go to a really great thrift store in Maryland when I get to go home and visit family, and you buy, I think it's buy 4 and get 1 free. So I went ahead and took advantage of that, got myself a book, got my dad a book, and my daughter a book. And then I also got this book, Lean In. This is a really popular one. I think she's like a CEO. Forgive me for not knowing more about her. Yeah, she's done TED Talks. She's Chief Operating Officer of Facebook, so this is going to be pretty interesting. Sheryl Sandberg. And then, of course, if you are a political science major or if you're a women's studies major, everyone knows this is like The Second Sex is like a classic reader, so I'm definitely going to talk about this one. Definitely videos to come on that. I've been trying to get this book for so long, and at the last minute I saw it on the shelf and just like freaked out in the store. I was so excited, so definitely gonna do videos on that one. And then I got Terry McMillan, A Day Late and $1 Short. I don't know, I'm gonna like this Terry McMillan phase, which you'll kind of see throughout these bags, that I'm just like, right now I'm kind of like reading in. I haven't really been interested before, but now I'm kind of in this phase where I'm like really into her, or at least trying to get into her. So again, another Terry McMillan book. I actually have been reading this book from the library off and on. So to be able to actually buy it is really good because now I don't have to rush through. I can kind of take my time and finish some other ones I've been reading. And then actually when I went to the library sale, I tend to go get books that I've either already read or or have a paperback version but want a hard copy version. So I end up getting a lot of books that I've read before. So this series I've actually read The Rosie Effect and The Rosie Project. I enjoyed The Rosie Project. I kind of stopped in The Rosie Effect. I may pick this one up again since I now own it. So this is really good. I'm glad to have those in my collection. And then I recently read this one, Small Great Things. This is an awesome book. I think on Goodreads I gave this a 5 out of 5. I would recommend this. I'll kind of go into more details later in a review, but this was really good. I'm sorry if you can hear my dryer going. It's Sunday. I'm trying to do laundry. Happy Father's Day, by the way. Sorry. And because I like this author so much, I went ahead and got My Sister's Keeper, which I saw was also top rated, one of her books. So I'm kind of like, when I find an author I like, I kind of try and get multiple books from that person. Let me see. Sorry for not having this more prepared. Okay, so other books. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I already had this, but this was like a more pristine copy, so I went ahead and got it. Growing up, this was like always on our dad's bookshelf, and I always kind of wanted to read it. And so now that I'm older, I've found like, I've heard it had its good tips. So I am going to read this. I'll probably read my little beat up version and leave this one as a nice version. Again, Terry McMillan, The Interruption of Everything. If you've read some of these Terry McMillan books, please let me know below. I would love to kind of see what you think about them. And then here's Middlesex. This is a winner of a Pulitzer Prize. If you're really into feminist literature and identity and gender and sexuality, this would be a good book to read. I'd highly recommend it. It was a very interesting book, very different. It looks so, the cover to me, like even now I'm like reading it, like trying to make sure. The cover is so different than what the book is about. I mean, there are little clips, but like it's like kind of different. I mean, when you really read like this part, the back of it, you can kind of guess it. I guess it makes sense thinking about the book, but when I first picked it up, I had no idea what the book was about. So when I really read the book, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I had no idea. So that's a good one. That's rated really well. And then Mary Monroe, Lost Daughters. I got this. I always kind of pass her books. I usually don't like reading series because now I feel kind of stuck. God Still Don't Like Ugly. I got this one too. And so I had to go to the library and download God Don't Like Ugly, which is the book that precedes this one. And now I feel like I'm kind of stuck. But I do want to try and read them and kind of get into that series. Oh my gosh, I got so many books. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Okay. And I don't know how she does it. This seems like an interesting one. The Life of Kate Reddy, a Working Mother. Just seemed interesting. Picked it up. When I do the library has different days, and this was a full price day, so I kind of decided to get things I've already known or been familiar with that may be kind of harder on their 50% off day. But this time I kind of went on something I hadn't really heard about, which is kind of rare because I want to make sure the cheapest day is the day I get the books that I'm not really familiar with. That way if I don't like it, I don't feel like I've wasted any money. Not that the library sale full price of $1 is super expensive, but still. Okay, and the last 3 books I got would be another book by this author, Jodi. I cannot pronounce her last name. Picolut. I think that's how you pronounce it. Leaving Time. This is also rated well, and I just thought it was so beautiful. I think her artwork, I have another one by her, The 10th Circle. I think the artwork is so pretty on these books. So I went ahead and got these because they were like the prettiest. And then lastly, I got The Story, and it's the Bible as one continuing story of God and his people. And I have seen this before. I haven't really heard much about it, but it's like there are basically, for people that are not familiar with the Bible, there are basically like no different books, like no different chapters or books. It's just one story, which I think would be interesting to kind of read through. All the books kind of in one. So I'm looking forward to that. So thank you for watching my haul. Any comments or questions, please leave below. Bye.